Hello, welcome to Akulmek Business Channel and in the series of Great Rishis of India. I'm yet again here with you and I will be discussing one of the profound profile of our ancient great Rishi of India, Rishi Markandeya. Rishi Markandeya was a devotee of God Vishnu and God Shiva. Markandeya is one of the Chiranjeevi, and when we talk about Chiranjeevi, he is immortals, one of the immortals in Hindu. On the basis of various Hindu sculpture, it is said and it is believed that Markandeya lived through many ages, many yugas, and he's also a very important author of Markandeya Puran and Devi Saptashakti, or a divine. It is all virtue, writing and saying about the virtue of goddess Shakti. So stay tuned. I'll be discussing more about this. I'll meet you in a minute. Yes, so as I was telling you that we are discussing about Rishi Markandeya, and Rishi Markandeya is one of the very intelligent, very pure, very kind of a good student of Bhagwan Brahma, and he hailed from Hindu tradition, and he is, it is said that he belongs to a clan of Bhrigu. And if you want to know about Bhrigu, we have done a very extensive video on that. So you can review that video. Now, going forward, Sage Markandeya gained his accomplishment by performing religious practices, worship, especially in Brahmakal. And when we talk about Brahmakal, that means every ritual and practice should be done early morning, and he always stress on that. Markandeya Rishi used to consider his worship as a superior to others. His concentration on chanting verses reached to Brahmlok. It is said that he was so loud and he was so profound that he used to reach to many levels of level 7, and Brahmlok is one of that level. However, he did not get any relief from Brahma Yoga because there was lot of opposition when we talk about Indra, who was king of heaven, and he always didn't want that Markandeya should attain any special position. So we'll be discussing this about this incident later. But going forward, before we discuss about the Markandeya Puran, which is a very profound contribution which is done by Rishi Markandeya, we have to understand what is Puran. Now, Puran are Hindu texts that depict different topics regarding legend, myth, tradition, and of course, and stories. And Puran were mostly composed in Sanskrit language. However, over the year, this text is translated to Indian various languages also apart from English. So, if you want to really have a consultation or you want to read the Quran, so you can always find and get a profound knowledge of Hinduism, especially about worshipping processes. Now, Quran revolve around the personal experience and life stories of different stages, saints, incarnation of gods, and among all the 18 Puran, Markandeya Puran is having a very important position in Hindu religion. And Puran are written in narrative couplets, and it's simple to understand. So now let's discuss a little about Markandeya Puran. As I told you, the Markandeya Puran is in Sanskrit, and it is one of the prominent scripture of Hinduism, and it is one of the oldest. It consists of 137 chapter on dharma and karma, and it also dedicates towards God and other human beings. And Markandeya Puran has around 900 verses presenting to human to a wide range of topic, including mythology, including the processes, including how to do worship. Puran was composed by sage Markandeya, it is said that he composed it near Narmada river, and it describes a lot of about the Vindhya ranges, which is there in India. It also described about some parts of Odisha culture and West Bengal culture. It is said that Markandeya is also witnessed Mahabharata, because as he is actually considered as immortal. So he has witnessed Mahabharata war, and Markandeya wrote in Markandeya Puran about the trekking route of Yamunotri shrine, which is a very prominent pilgrimage site for Hindu people. He roughly did it around 1700 years ago, and all sages and all people who understand Hinduism, they consider Markandeya Puran is one of the very special book. Now, when we talk about Markandeya Puran, we should be talking about goddess Durga, who defeated Buffalo demon Mahisasur, and that reference is also being given in Markandeya Puran. Going forward, in Markandeya Puran, it is said that the ritual has to be done in the morning times, because if you are doing a wrong ritual, the impact will be adverse, and if you are trying to get liberated from the cycle of death and birth, you will not attain that liberation. So this is what is being explained by Markandeya in Markandeya Puran, and he also says that there are 4 yugas, and he has been witnessing all these 4 yugas, and based on his experience, he has written a few stories in Markandeya Puran. And when we talk about these stories, 3 stories which are very prominent, and I would like to discuss these 3 stories. And one story deals with the story of Indra, who became donkey after his death. And once upon a time, when Rishi Markandeya was performing his puja during Brahmakal, which is very early morning, for a very long time in the Bay of Bengal, and Indra, who was residing in the heavens, as I told you, that he was so loud and his chantings were heard to various places, and heavens also Indra used to hear his chanting. And when he heard his chanting, he became real jealous, because he was not ready to share his throne with any of the people. And Rishi Markandeya became one of the contender, because he was doing a lot of puja and ritual, and he was gaining religious achievement. And so, to disturb him, he sent his wife by the name of Urvashi, and she was one of the celestial Apsara, and she was quite beautiful, but she was not able to really impress Rishi Markandeya. And that was a Brahmakal, as I was telling you, the Ivory Puja, which he was doing during early morning. And then once Rishi Markandeya asked that what you are looking, actually what you are seeking, Apsara. So he said, she said that she was impressed, and she said, okay, fine, I can't do anything. So maybe she was little angry, and she said, okay, fine, and I will be, I feel that Indra will, I will be kind of I will incarnate as a donkey, and after 14 birth, my husband should also meet me in the form of donkey. And this is how this is a story which is being shared in Markandeya Puran. And then Lord, the Rishi Markandeya kept worshipping, and then Indra also came, and he said, okay, fine, I accept the defeat, and you can ask anything what you desire. So Rishi Markandeya said, no, I don't desire any throne of heaven, because that is not that very small thing for me. So this is how this story is being narrated. Apart of this, there's a very wonderful conversation which is mentioned in Markandeya Purana between Madalsa and her son. And Madalsa is being represented as a very powerful character in Hinduism, because she taught the path of liberation to her sons from very early age. So it story goes like this, that once upon a time, by a queen by the name of Madalsa, who gave sons the education how to do Shrad, and she discussed about that all these materialistic things are no use, and it is actually said in the Quran that instead of putting loris and lullabies, Madalsa actually taught her son to work towards liberation, and this is how things really worked for these children. And when they grew up and they really wanted to be out of the cycle of birth and death, and eventually they left the throne of the capital and they went in jungle and prepared for their salvation. Now there's another one story of Rishi Ruchi, and its story deals with the worship of disease, worship of dead people actually. And when we see into Hinduism, the Shrad, or which is being done after the death, is a huge and practice which has to be done by people. And in olden time, the Markandeya Purana states that the worship or all the ritual which has to be done and the Shrad should be done properly. Otherwise, people eventually don't get salvation, and they even don't get rebirth, and they become ghost, kind of is being mentioned in Quran. Now, going forward, I would like to really share the lullaby of Queen Madalsa, which is very popular, and which is being, if you really go through the kind of message which is being given by Madalsa, is very unique, and you don't find these kind of lullabies anywhere in the world. And when it is said that when her baby cried, and Queen Madalsa used to sing lullaby, not for the pleasure, so that child should stop crying, or she never used to give toys or dolls to the children. In fact, she gave a message, and we put it like that: Madalsa's Upadesh. It is for her children, but it is actually applicable for everybody. And today I'm sharing a few aspects of that lullaby, and it is all translation in English, though this lullaby is in Sanskrit. So lullaby goes like this: when children are crying, and Madalsa says to her crying sons, you are pure, enlightened, and spotless. Leave the illusion of the world and wake up from the deep delusion. Then again, it's going forward. She said, my child, you are ever pure. You do not have name. A name is only an imaginary superimposition on you. This body made of 5 elements and is not you, nor do you belong to. It belongs to. This is being so. What can be reason for you crying? Why you are crying? Because nothing belongs to you. Because body is made of 5 elements. The essence of universe does not cry in reality. So all is Maya. Maya is a illusion or magic, whatever you really understand about this word. This is a Hindi word. So all is Maya of the world. Oh Prince, please understand this. The various quality you see to have are just your imagination. They belong to the element that makes the sense which you possess. The elements grow with the accumulation of more elements, reduce its size. If some elements are taken away, this is what is seen in your bodies growing in size and becoming lean depending upon the consumption of food, water. So you do not have growth, you do not have growth or decay, because it is an aspect of elements which is being done, and it's which is a part of your body. You are in the body which is like a jacket that gets worn out day by day. Do not have the wrong notion that you are the body. The body is like a jacket and you are tied to that jacket for the fruitification of good or bad karmas. Some may refer you as father, some other may refer you son, some may refer you as mother, or some may else refer you as wife. Some say that you are mine, other will say that you are not mine. These are all references to the combination of physical elements. Do not identify with them. The delude look or objects of enjoyment as giving happiness by removing the unhappiness. The wise clearly see that the same object which gives happiness now become the source of unhappiness. And going forward, regarding this lullaby, she again tells to her kids that the vehicle that move on the ground is different from the person in its. Similarly, this body is a different form of person who is inside. The owner of the body is different from the body. So how foolish it is to think that I am the body. So this is kind of a message which is being given, and which is being mentioned in the Markandeya Purana, and I think this all is aimed to really work all human beings, as it is told in Hinduism, to work towards liberation, and work and find out the ways and means to really come out of the cycle of birth and death. The main points of Markandeya Purana, which really tells us, is that all deity, Brahma, Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, they take birth on earth, they die, so they are not eternal. This is what is mentioned in Markandeya Purana. The sage and ancestors of old were ignorant about the true worship, and Markandeya Purana really stress the whole process of how to do ritual, how to do prayers, and these rare prayers or rituals are, if not done properly, they are not fruitful to a person who is doing all this. So you have to really believe, or you have to learn the true way of worship and performing ritual. During the ancient time, people used to perform unscripted worship. So Markandeya, sage Markandeya also stressed that you have to really learn doing rituals, and only true form of worship can help you to attain salvation and come out of the eternal cycle of birth. So this is a very crucial teaching, that's very crucial to Hinduism, and that is being mentioned in Markandeya Purana. So this is a great contribution of Rishi Markandeya, and there are some of the ritual and some of the puja which is being done in Hindu household. It is being inspired by Markandeya Purana, and we at very early stages being taught the whole cycle, how the cycle works, the eternal cycle of birth and death, and how really we should be doing. And there's a whole lot of process of ritual which every Hindu household follows. So, and this is how Markandeya Purana is being giving advices and teaching to do these ritual. And the main aspect of this, that whatever ritual you do, you can't do anything which is like evening or in afternoon. Our ritual will be fruitful when you do early morning, which is called Brahma Muhurta. And this is what is being contribution of Rishi Markandeya. And as I told you that from when we talk about the Puranas, Markandeya Puran really emerged out as one of the very important scripture, one of the very important book for us. So this is what I wanted to tell you about Rishi Markandeya and his contribution in terms of Markandeya Puran. And I'll be meeting again with some more profound rishis of India. Till then, please be happy and keep yourself healthy. Bye bye.